Imagine waking up tomorrow morning. You grab your phone, you check your messages. Everything feels normal until you walk past a mirror and notice something impossible, a glowing thought floating above your head. At first, you think it's a joke. Then you look outside, and every person on earth has one too. Every opinion, every fear, every secret thought, visible to everyone. And suddenly, the one place that was always private, your mind, isn't private anymore. The news spreads across the world. Every human being now has visible thoughts. Crowded cities fall silent. Schools stop teaching. Offices stop working. Nobody knows what to do. Because for the first time in history, you can't hide what you're thinking, not from your family, not from your friends, not even from strangers. People laugh. Random thoughts become entertainment. Embarrassing moments go viral. People share screenshots, create memes, and joke about each other's thoughts. For one day, the world treats it like a game, but games have rules, and this one doesn't. Reality hits. A husband sees a thought his wife never intended to share. A friend discovers hidden jealousy. A coworker sees years of resentment. And suddenly, people realize something uncomfortable. Most thoughts were never meant to be public. Ships begin collapsing everywhere. Not because people changed overnight, but because hidden emotions became impossible to ignore. For years, people believed honesty solves everything. Now they're discovering something different. Complete honesty can be dangerous too, become chaos. Every crush becomes public. Every insecurity becomes visible. Students can no longer pretend to be confident. Teachers can no longer hide frustration. Classrooms stop feeling like places to learn and start feeling like places to survive. For the first time, everyone knows exactly what everyone thinks, and nobody likes aren't any better. Employees secretly dreaming about quitting. Managers criticizing workers in their minds. Co-workers pretending to be friends while thinking something completely different. Meetings become uncomfortable. Trust begins disappearing because people discover a painful truth. Professional behavior and private thoughts are often very different things. Politicians face the biggest challenge. For decades, words controlled public opinion. Now thoughts do. Every speech is interrupted by visible intentions. Every promise is compared to private beliefs. The public can finally see behind the mask. And many people don't like what they find. Something unexpected happens. Social media begins dying. Likes lose value. Comments lose value. Arguments lose value. Because nobody needs to guess what people think anymore. The mystery is gone. And strangely, people begin missing it. Just immediately become fascinated. Because this is the largest human experiment ever created. Millions of minds, millions of visible thoughts. And after studying the data, they discover something shocking. Most thoughts don't mean anything. Many are random. Many are temporary. Many contradict each other. But society keeps treating them as absolute truth. Feeling angry for 5 seconds. Now imagine everyone judging you for it forever. Imagine having one negative thought, one selfish thought, one strange thought, and being labeled because of it. Suddenly, people aren't being judged for who they are. They're being judged for what briefly passes through their mind. People become obsessed. They constantly monitor their own minds, trying to think the right thoughts, trying to avoid the wrong ones. Every conversation becomes stressful. Every interaction becomes exhausting. And for the first time in history, people are afraid of thinking. Creativity begins disappearing. Because every great invention starts as a strange idea. Every masterpiece begins as an unusual thought. But now, strange thoughts attract judgment. People stop taking mental risks. Innovation slows. Creativity fades. And society becomes safer, but also less imaginative. Surprisingly, one good thing happens. Manipulation becomes harder. Deception becomes difficult. Fake personalities become impossible to maintain. For the first time, people know who they're dealing with. Trust slowly begins returning, and society experiences a brief moment of honesty. That doesn't solve the problem. People now have more truth than ever before, yet they're not happier. They know more, but understand less, because information and wisdom are not the same thing. And humanity is about to learn the difference. Researchers make a discovery that changes everything. The happiest people in society aren't the ones with the best thoughts. And the unhappiest people aren't the ones with the worst thoughts. The difference is something else. The happiest people understand one simple truth. A thought is not a decision. A thought is not a belief, and a thought is not who you are. For years, humanity had been judging people for things they never chose. Have you ever imagined something strange, something random, something you would never actually do? Of course you have. Everyone has. The human mind constantly creates ideas, fears, and possibilities. Most disappear within seconds, yet society spent years treating every passing thought like a permanent identity. And that mistake caused more damage than the thoughts themselves. People stop obsessing over thoughts and start paying attention to actions again, because actions require choices. Thoughts do not. A kind person can have negative thoughts. A brave person can feel fear. A confident person can feel doubt. What matters isn't what enters your mind. What matters is what you choose to do next. That's true in our world too. Right now, nobody can see your thoughts, yet millions of people still live as if they're being judged every second. They hide who they are. They fear making mistakes. They constantly seek approval. But most people aren't paying nearly as much attention to you as you think. They're busy worrying about themselves. Just like you. Humanity learned something surprising. Privacy was never about hiding secrets. It was about giving people room to be human, room to make mistakes, room to grow, room to think without fear. Because thoughts come and go, but character is built by choices. So here's my question for you. If every thought above your head became visible tomorrow, would people see the real you, or just the noise inside your mind? Comment your answer below and subscribe to my channel. Because every choice has a consequence.